Hello and welcome to the Silver Screen. This is episode 14 of Act 2. This act's season finale, if you want to call it that. Because like the first act was about 12 episodes or so, and the second act is currently at 14 official episodes, though some have been split into two parts, so just wiggly, timey-wimey stuff or whatever. But speaking of timey-wimey, it's the season finale, part 2. And, last time on, the Silver Screen, if you weren't here, don't worry, it was 2 weeks ago. I don't know if anyone was here. So, what happened was, oh no, Wazzle almost got killed, but this time on purpose. And then, oh no, this person who is not a time traveler just dove into the present, because that's where everyone lives, and rescued this rabbit, and then everybody got together in a big group, and then they jumped through this weird portal-y thingy, whoa, and they went to a different place, and definitely not a different time, and then they met up with a bunch of really similar-looking people who they could have sworn they knew. And then it turned out it was time travel, and there was a bunch of exposition about these creepy body snatchers who keep stealing people's bodies and being mean, and how they kind of fucked up all of Inkwell's last chance to, rejuvenate itself, and you guys fought a bunch of, were creatures that were made out of people who had, failed the body snatching criteria, and, you finally got past everyone, and you met, Connie, who is, this session's big bad, who you've discovered is possessing, future Aliona's body, and your young charged, the non-time traveler who rescued you, Nori, that's his mom, so it's freaky. Connie is mean. And you guys finally got into the Well of Inspiration, and the door shut behind you, and you don't know where Connie meant, but you assume that'll happen more later. And now you're inside a big dark well. All you can see is each other's highlights.
And Sunny got jacked.
Oh yeah, so Sunny is off in the future.
Yeah.
Sunny, look, I couldn't resist the joke that, oh, he's tiny, he's so cute, and then he just ends up being big.
So, okay, have you ever watched the Kim Possible movie, A Stitch in Time?
Shush, don't give away my secrets!
Yeah, that just makes me think of, the twins or Wayne.
Or even Rufus.
When you see them in the future, they're just hella jacked. And you're just like, what the fuck happened?
The nice thing about being in a post-apocalyptic future is that everyone is super buff.
Everyone is super buff.
Oh, shit. Oh
Yes.
my god.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
Oh, that picture is, that is something else.
I love you again.
But everyone's just like, who is this large bat? And I'm just like...
Can you have the same voice as Future?
Yeah, his voice just gets hella deep. He gets real, just like as a kid, he's cute and squeaky. And then as an adult, he's like this and very confident.
Okay.
Him big boy.
Should we introduce ourselves?
Yes, you got to the bit which I forgot. So we're going to introduce ourselves like we do every week. I'm Owl, I'm your DM, I play Ikem, and in this session I play Nori. Ikem is a sorcerer, and Nori is a cleric. And we're gonna do what we do every week, which is top to bottom. Say yourselves, say your characters' names, and their class.
Alright, I am Hunter. I play Sunny. He is a sorcerer / cleric bat baby. He has a lot of emotions. He is a child, but he's also a buff big baby boy. That's hella buff.
Big boy.
And he is the one of two of the biggest Eek and Aliona shippers and the team. They're gonna make a bunch of money off the merch. That's all I got.
Stickers, pins.
Yeah. Okay, my name's Briggs. I play Sally Forth. She is the fighter of the group. She is the second biggest shipper of Ekin Aliona. Last episode, she bought like an entire box of T-shirts that they were going to make start their shipping empire with. And if I remember correctly, she got some wicked tie-dye from the corrupted ooze coming out of the Well of Inspiration. So she's pretty pleased about that. Those are going to be like limited edition shirts. But she's a bird. She's like the designated mom of the group. She loves everyone. And she's happy to be here, but very confused.
I'm Margie. I play Aliona, who is absolutely going to protect the heck out of Nori, but has no idea who his dad would be, so that's
Mystery.
very big mystery. Don't know.
She's a total mystery.
Can't fucking
Focuses
figure
on
it out.
Nori and protecting Nori. And she's a cat monk, that's right.
Yes. Hi, I'm Uni. I'm playing Wazzle. He is... People keep calling him Wazzle Jiznip, and he's like, I am not... I'm not comfortable with that name at this point. But people keep doing it, and he just like,
The fuck
He's
is your
not-
last name then?
He doesn't need one. You know who you're talking about when you say Wazzle. That's him.
Solo.
So you mean Wazzle from 1A or Wazzle from 22B?
Yes.
It's a common
Um,
name.
It's absolutely not.
Like Tim. Or Jeff.
Yeah, we've got like 5 Wazzles working at working in retail where I go.
Yeah, see?
Wazzle, the one who's a rabbit who stole your wallet.
Which one? There's like 3.
Anyway, point is, he did almost get his throat slit, and, he's fine. That's fine. He's fine. Because the important thing to know here is that if he dies, everyone else is miserable, and the world basically ends. Which means that Wazzle knows how important he is, and that's great. So he's doing fine.
I just wanted to emphasize that he's very important so he didn't feel like he wasn't useful or anything.
We missed him.
He's a good bean and I love him, and also if he dies, we aren't gonna do very well on this quest.
Well, at least there aren't any locks he needs to pick, because he always botches that.
Oh, now I have to put a lock in.
Way to go.
Actually, I do already have locks present in this dungeon. I'm not gonna spoil where they are though, so.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
See, I don't know why, but every time I see like Wise, like his name and everything, I automatically think of WAP, and I'm just like, that's not right. Stop it, man.
Whap.
Wop.
Whop.
Wop.
Make it pop.
Everybody's gonna rock, yo. Anyway, you guys are all in the Well of Inspiration. It is dark. The ground is kind of moist,
Ew.
which you can feel through your various... If you're wearing shoes, you can feel it through your shoes. If you are not wearing shoes, you can feel it through your feet.
Ew.
That made me shiver. It was-
Bad sensory. Ooh.
The one thing that you...
I've already had to deal with any stuff like that. Please don't.
The one thing that you...
No.
Are you gonna let me weave you a word picture, or you're gonna go, ew?
I'm gonna go, ew.
You open us a word picture that makes us
I don't need a word picture. I experienced it earlier. No.
World. Stop.
Okay. So, it is dark. You can't see. Floor's wet. You can feel it through your feet. And you can feel the wet is cold. Very cold. Like, cold enough, like, you ever take, like, a soda straight out of the fridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the idea that if you could see your breath, you could see your breath.
Oh, right, it's dark.
Yeah, so, with that, Eek, at the front of the group, goes, alright, enough of this, and, casts, god damn it, he has Firebolt, but he does not actually have any light
Sunny
spells.
has light. I'll just have Sunny cast light.
Yeah. Sunny, you cast light, and immediately, you are, just... The room is bathed in this sort of sickly, dark, barely lit glow. You can see the ground is covered in, it looks like water, but it also looks kind of like ice, and you're standing in it, and it's also the same stuff that dripped out of the door, and you realize that's where the cold is coming from, in that the top layer of what you're standing on has melted, but the very bottom and the rest of the deep part of this well is completely frozen.
I immediately regret not wearing shoes.
I'm with you there.
Come here, Sonny. Like, Sally, like, picks him up.
Aw.
And you look down, and through the light of the magic light, you see, if you get to a particularly clear spot on the ground, you can see down in the depths, the light sort of refract through the sludgy, swirly, gross liquid. You can see large, dark shapes, like undersea creatures. But they're all frozen in this water. There is no movement. Normally, the Well of Inspiration is a well of inspiration. It is full of life and full of ideas and full of creativity, but right now, it has been stopped. There is still, if you look around and you listen hard, you can still hear the sound of water flowing. So, if you head up to the wall and you lift your light to the wall, you can see water traveling upward, up the wall. Like, you know how condensation usually drips down glass? It's like that, but instead it's dripping upwards.
Oh, that's cool.
And, in the middle of the room, there is a large, bucket-shaped elevator.
Well, looks like we have our way forward.
You know, when I imagined, like, the place where all of the magic in our country comes from, I did not think it would have an elevator.
Do you want to climb to the top of this place?
I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, not what I expected. Surprised.
Eek just
What did
kind of
you
looks at you,
expect?
and then, Nori pops in with, they put it in, like, way before, like, Dad was born, actually. Like, right after Grandpa found this place. My dad and Grandpa, who are not any of you.
Oh, okay.
I have to specify, because everyone thinks I'm a time traveler, Nori says, and, like, wiggles his fingers around.
Wait, I thought
Wait,
we established that you are a time traveler.
We confirmed that a while ago, buddy.
And, Nori just kind of strides right up to you, and splaps his tail over your mouth and says, "Did you guys hear the wind?"
Big stuffed me!
And Wazzle just is like, just picks him up and is just like, of course you know this means war.
And Nori says, "Bring it on, I'm not scared of you."
This little kid!
What you want to do, Fluffy? You want to go?
Oh my god.
Cottontail
Wazzle's
gonna
just like,
bring it.
Basically, I'm basing this particular part on how fucking at a drop of a hat you can get Aliona and Albark to fight, and if you piss him off enough, you can get Eek to fight Wazzle very easily. So you have a kid who doesn't like backing down from a challenge, and also has been trained since birth for martial arts.
You have a smart ass kid.
Can I get a long hug, Wazzle and Nori?
You can, but I don't know what it'll do. I mean, roll charisma.
Just a charisma check?
Yeah, just roll a charisma check.
Okay.
I'm gonna pit this against Nori's own charisma,
Oh,
which
that's
is...
a 9.
Nope, that's not gonna do it. Nori's charisma is 13.
Okay.
So Nori is now pressed right up against Waz and says, and the best part is, no one will ever believe you.
Yeah, Sally just, like, is going to the elevator.
And Wazzle just, like, swings Nora around so the kid is riding on his shoulders, and he goes, let's go on an adventure, my little friend.
Sure, elder Toon person, old
Nori
man, older
Nori
man.
doesn't
Wait for him to
Take
grab
one,
Uncle.
Yeah, he's specifically trying to find a way around Uncle, but he can't. He's like older, familiar man. That sounds bad.
He's not even familiar, he doesn't even know him.
Wazzle is just in the mode of, like, I know who he is. He knows who I am. Neither of us are going to say it, but I am not bound by his limitation.
Exactly. Like, Nori gets frustrated when people make fun of him, but once he gets his retaliation hat on, he fucking loves to go back and forth. It's his favorite thing to do.
Wazzle's
I
just
love
like,
this
this kid is so easy. It's almost like someone I know.
Yeah, but also, Nori at the same time is thinking, this guy is so wimpy. God, this is almost not fair. So they both think they have the upper hand at this point, but they're both just real dumb.
Guys, upset me.
What'd you say?
You guys are upsetting me and it's making me sad.
Eek goes, why are you sad?
Because my friend Nori and my friend Waz are not getting along.
Nori said, how are we not getting along?
You're arguing. You're about to fight.
Yeah, but fighting is fun.
No, it's not.
I can vouch for that. Fighting is very fun.
See? Fighting is fun, because, like, then you get to, like, you sort of just feel the other person's energy, and then at the end of it, you can brag.
Yeah, and it builds up, and you have a bunch of fun with each other, and you wrestling.
So does that mean if I want to have fun with my friends, I should shoot a fireball at you?
You can if you want. I've got
That will
Sacred
not end
Flame.
well. That will not end well.
I think it'll end just fine, considering,
It will
again,
not.
I'm a cleric. I can heal myself. You want to go?
Do
you wanna fight?
Can I say that while this has been happening, Sally has just been kind of individually loading everybody into the elevator?
Yeah, like Sally is going back and forth, picking up people and putting them into the bucket elevator. So, like, Nori is just kind of standing next to Sunny because they have both been put into the elevator, and he's just, like, kneeling down because, fucking Sunny is still pretty short, and he's just like, do you want to fight? And his tail is doing the happy, playful thing that cattails do when they're like, oh, I'm gonna fuck your shit up!
It won't work really well for you, because there's a lot I don't think Big Sun has told you about what happened with little Sunny me. So I don't think you want to know and do
He's
that.
killed a lot of people.
Yeah, I got a pretty big body count.
Oh, wait, hold on. At this age, how many people have you killed?
A lot.
We've lost count.
Because I've been keeping track, and I think I'm up to, like, at least 500. Hold on, I have it written down somewhere.
I killed my entire bat colony.
So, about 40?
My God!
I'm gonna kill this kid.
And Nori's just like, I don't know why you would commit murder like that. I don't know about that bit, but I still think my body count higher than yours.
I'm gonna kill you.
Proud of my dude.
Oh my God.
How is it not something to be proud of? I've stayed alive for like 10 years.
You also
Yeah.
live the apocalypse.
Well, yeah, but not being dead's pretty good.
Why'd
I'm
you bring
agree.
us here anyway?
I'm
I'm
sorry,
enjoying this.
just your face and your mouth don't match up sometimes, like, because one is very cute and the other one is very upset. What did you just say?
Why would you bring us to the future anyway? Doesn't that seem kind of counterproductive? If you're trying to prevent this future, why would you bring the past people to the future?
It's kind of like when you need a temporary place to put stuff, so you put something on an unstable shelf, and then you're like, okay, I did my task, and then you take it back off and you put it down because you've gotten rid of the thing that's endangering the object in the first place.
But you're directly putting us in danger.
You were already in danger. Hey,
We're more in danger here.
Wazol. What was happening before I dived in?
You know the usual.
See? The usual. Murder.
Okay, the bucket's on its way up.
Yeah, Sally, you have now, wrenched the thing, the lever down, and the bucket is slowly climbing up. You can see the chains behind it start to rotate, and it makes this horrible rusty sound. You get the idea that it has been used, but it hasn't been oiled, and the constant sort of cold humidity in this place, the condensation, is not helping with, like, how everything is just looking and sounding very haunted. As you go up further, you can see that there are, like, plants and moss aligned along the sides of the wall, but they're gray and black and frostbitten and ugly. And you get the idea that if you had come to the Well of Inspiration back when, you know, there was still a fair amount of inspiration flowing through it, it would look like a beautiful internal garden, like a garden inside of an ink bottle.
Well,
And Nori just goes, look, maybe I went a little far, and I'm sorry, I get really competitive, and Mom used to say that you shouldn't get too competitive because you can hurt people you love, and maybe I don't know you right now. Maybe I don't know you and all of your particular story, because I know the you that is my you, and he doesn't mind when we go back and forth because he's had time to heal from it, but you're just 6?
I'm 10.
I was pretty close. You're just 10. And that's a pretty rough age. I mean, when I was 10, my mom got her body taken over by an evil shapeshifter. So I know how I felt then, and I'm sorry if I'm making you feel that way now.
You're being a jerk.
I kind of figured, yeah. I'm not great at apologies. They're kind of hard.
Well, you watch it, young whippersnapper.
Oh no! The old man is going to tan my hide!
I will.
And Nori then leans over and gives Sunny a little lick on the forehead.
Ew!
And he looks confused, like, isn't that what you do when you apologize and they accept it? And he looks at Aliona confused.
No, you don't do that at all.
That's a you kind of thing. Not bad. That's not really like that.
Big Sunny, right, different people. Okay. Basically, everyone in the future group has at some point been licked by Nori as an apology.
oh, good.
Have you ever been licked by a cat? Shit's adorable and weird.
It is adorable.
And he goes,
Sunny was not expecting that.
yeah, and Nori goes, apology hug? Question mark?
Okay, I'll take a hug.
Okay, and Nori sweeps up the little bat, and you're like, for some reason, this 15-year-old, like, teenager, is pretty buff. And it's like, is this just a future thing that everyone from the future is strangely buff? And,
Everyone's jacked.
yeah, you hear, like, a quiet little rumble of a purr, and he then sets you down.
Sunny doesn't let go, because he likes the purr.
Now he's confused, and he's just like, I think he's stuck. And Eek goes, give it a second.
Yeah, it'll be longer than that. Just go on.
Yeah, just keep about your business. Sonny's, he's very tactile.
Yeah, Sunny doesn't weigh much. Just carry him around like a backpack. He'll be fine.
Or like a baby Bjorn, considering that he's hugging you.
You'll be nice and toasty. Sunny, it's like a little blanket.
Yeah.
Aw.
Nori just, like, Man, talking to other physical human beings is hard. Or physical human beings, whatever, you know what I mean. So, you guys have gone up because it's been about 2 minutes, and this elevator's movement speed is about... what is usual movement speed for a person? It's like 30 feet per action, I think.
Yeah.
So 30 feet per 6 seconds, give or take. So it has been 2 minutes, which is 120 seconds. 120 seconds times, 120 seconds divided by 6.
360 feet.
Yeah, you have gotten about a third, not a third, about a fourth of the way up this place, and you are still pulling. And if it were not for the extreme, like, dexterity of Sally's lovely buff, bird arms, this would be a lot harder, considering that every once in a while you have to kind of, like, yank on the chain when it gets stuck.
Huh. I don't know if this can really be called an elevator, honestly. Okay, here we go.
And, Eek is just still looking around, and, he's like, why is it so cold in here?
Sally's not cold. Sally being working up a sweat.
Wazzle's not cold either. That's just because he uses ice magic a lot.
Yeah, and...
Also, he's fuzzy.
Yeah, he's fluffy.
Eek just kind of looks over, and then, in really, really bad Thieves' Cant, says, like, the Thieves' Cant version of saying, something is suspicious or something weird.
Don't be suspicious. 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 Don't be suspicious.
Basically, he's using, like, Toonkind sign language to talk to Waz right now, because Thieves can't, usually.
Yes, Wazzle does know that, but I had to suspiciously jam out for a second, sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. But he's basically just asking his brother without trying to alert anyone else, do you think this is also weird?
And Waddle sort of signals back, like, the thing that indicates a confirmation, like, yes, this is a little sus.
Let's look at Eek's, okay, so he has message, and now that he has a confirmation that, Waz does think this is sus, Waz, you get a ping in your brain, and he's just like, it's not supposed to be cold in here.
Have you been in here before?
And you get a thumbs up emoji.
Is the light spell still up?
Yeah, the little orb of light is just basically following Sunny around. Even if the light spell had gone down, Nori would have put one up, because Nori also has the cantrip light.
Hey. Can I make I guess, would it be perception or investigation to see if I can figure something out?
If you're specifically, like, what are you looking into? Why it's cold, or what seems weird?
Why it's cold, I guess.
Then I would say that would be Arcana.
Ooh. Can I change my mind? Because that one's not good.
Okay, then, what specifically are you looking into?
What is giving these weird vibes off?
That would be, roll.
Is it just a straight D20?
Yes, but, if you're doing investigation or perception, then say what you're using and then just add your bonus.
Ooh. Well, both of them are +7, so. Nice. I'll say that was investigation.
Okay, so by investigating, you're looking around, you're observing the elevator itself, and basically your special eyes, blink blink, are looking around this place, and it's weird, because the one fucking thing that has been a constant in your life has been an almost like eternal heads-up display of everything around you and what it could be or what it couldn't be or what it might have been. Just like little blueprints that hover in the air, little lines. But the last time you saw anything made of that silver writing, that silver imagery, was at the start of the well right before it shut and told you to say thank you to close the door. So basically, yeah, there's no potential in this room.
That's alarming. Wuzzle will nudge Aliona and be like, "Hey, can you check in with Rusty?"
Yeah, hey, Rusty, buddy, I have some caramels. Oh, wait, oh, did I?
Yeah, you did buy candy, so...
But they got spilled.
Oh yeah, you did spill it. Okay, so you don't have any candy, but, like, you do have, like, snacks and stuff, or at least Wazzle has snacks, so...
Wuzzle does have snacks.
Did he eat all of them?
No, I said he does have snacks that he can share with Rusty.
Yeah, so if you offer Rusty a snack, that'll, give you advantage on rolling to communicate with him. Otherwise, it's just your usual, like, thing for Arcana.
Oh yeah, my Arcana's +5, but snack always helps. I am typing the wrong command.
Okay, so, you grab, at, like, your shoulder and you pull the strap down a little bit so that you can expose Rusty better, and you see that he is just kind of oozing along. Like, you know how when molasses gets real cold?
Yeah.
He's basically oozing, and he's taking his form very slowly and, sniffing at the air and saying, restitution caramels?
Wow, you got caramel on you?
Caramels? Restitution. Snack.
Snack of cleaner.
It's coming, buddy, it's coming.
Cold.
Wuzzle pulls out a little strawberry candy and gives it to him.
Restitution eats it entirely, and then begins to move more like a liquid and less like a sticky liquid. And just like he got like a brief like plus 15 energy or whatever from that, and now he's looking around and he looks directly at Aliona and says, "Cold."
Yeah, it sure is.
Need?
Do you know why it's cold in here, buddy?
Restitution turns his head. He's starting to slow down again, and he says, "Keeping it cold."
Keeping it cold?
And the little blob nods.
So it should be warmer in here, obviously.
Yeah, and you guys are approaching what looks like a big sort of like a big sort of ring up in the about 100 feet from you. You are getting closer and closer to it. It looks like a big arena, but like it stops short of the sides of the building, so water is still going up. This is just sort of hanging in the middle of the air, suspended, and you pull up, and then the elevator slows to a stop, and the bucket, the little wooden door opens. You guys are now officially about 500 feet up this up the well, and you have exited, or you can see, you're looking out on this large sort of arena-like space, which is just covered in papers, and there's a fridge, but it hasn't been taken very good care of. There is a very decadent 4-poster bed that looks like it's been slept in recently, and there's also a ginormous, like, you know how, like, an evil villain will have an excellent giant leather chair?
Yes.
Yeah, it's that, and it has a spitty thing on the bottom, and then just, you look around, it's quiet. It's utterly quiet, and right next to the door is something written on a piece of paper, and you can't quite make it out.
From where we are, or is it?
Yeah,
this way?
it's from where you are. It's a little too far away, and it's folded in half.
Can we
Yes.
approach it?
Yeah, Sally would like to.
Okay, Sally, you exit the elevator. The arena, the floor feels very sturdy under you, and it holds your weight, and it is actually not cold. It is room temperature.
Oh, that's nice. She ties off the. I'm not sure exactly how one latches this elevator off, but she does so.
You just shut the door behind you, blocking off everyone else's vision of the arena.
Well, I mean, she was hauling them up, so she needs to figure out how to stop it and make sure it doesn't, like, descend without them.
No, it's fine. It's already stopped. Like with most things with Toon logic, it makes sense, and like until everyone gets in again, it's not gonna move.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay. So what's this paper?
You pick up the paper, and you open it. And can you please roll intelligence for me?
Ooh,
I would be
fun roll.
delighted.
I just want to roll to
Intelligence.
make sure that Sally remembers how to read.
Oh my god, why?
Oh, no.
Sally does not remember how to read!
Sally. God, Sally, I love you.
He, like, turns it, like, to the side.
I'll make it a little bit better by saying, like, it's extremely fancy cursive script.
Like, she turns it upside down. Is it this way? No.
Bring it back over here.
Oh, okay. And she takes it to Sunny.
Okay.
Sunny,
see
do
it.
you want to
Sunny's-
roll to check if you can read, or?
I'll roll. Just check if I can read. I hope I can, considering that Sunny's been reading everything.
Sunny just is still
Yeah.
clinging onto Nori's front, but still reading.
Sunny gets them gold stars.
You unfold this piece of paper, and it is a fancy letter, and fancy golden script, and it says, "Welcome!" And underneath that, it says, please do not ask for validation for parking.
What?
And, now you're confused, because you've just gotten a welcome message, but, like, what the fuck? And nothing else happens.
This is a very confusing letter.
I don't know.
We didn't even drive here.
Sally's gonna go check out the bridge.
Confusing thing in this situation.
So, Sally, you head out of the elevator again, and you walk forward into the middle of the room, and, I'm not gonna make you roll perception for this, because very slowly, actually very quickly and very suavely, the large leather villain chair turns around, stops perfectly, and, sitting in it, like, just sort of sitting sideways, splayed in utter decadence, eating, like, grapes with one hand, is Connie.
Yeah, Sally ignores it. She's going to go look at the fridge. Just walks right down.
The ultimate power move. Fuck you, Connie. I'm not even gonna bother looking at you. I just want to check out that fridge.
What the fuck, my dude?
Sally.
Oh, he is my hero.
She's everyone's hero. She's the hero that we don't deserve.
She probably just says, hello, Aliona, and then just continues forward.
Oh my god.
For that, let's take a look at this. You don't realize this, so you don't have a chance to negate it, but, everyone behind you can see that, Aliona's body, slides out of the chair like liquid, and there is a knife. It is very similar to the knife that killed Waz, and it's long, it's sharp, it glints with the burnished design of a sakura flower along the blade, and it swoops through the air and takes off just a couple of your feathers from the back of your neck.
Ah, I suppose I was due for a feather trim, but you should ask first, Aliona. But do you happen to have any water? I'm a little parched from going up all the elevator that way.
Okay, this is technically the first turn for Aliona, so she does have advantage on this, and you haven't taken a turn, so she does get advantage, so I'm going to say d20 plus 6 again.
Oh my god.
Are you fucking with me?
What? 2 nat ones! Yes!
She then just stabs the knife upwards. It is now just like resting at the base of the small of your back, and she says, "Don't ignore me."
But I'm not ignoring you, Aliona. I just need some water.
And you hear a growl that's too deep to be Aliona's growl.
Are you getting a cold? It is very cold in here.
Oh my
That you should get that checked out.
Okay,
Sally, that's the bad Aliona.
does that hit?
That one hits. The
Oh,
third
Jesus
time's the charm.
Christ.
Okay, so let's take a look. That is 1d6 plus 3 for piercing damage, and then hold on, that is 7d6 poison damage.
1d6? Damn.
So
Ooh.
you take 28 points of damage as this knife presses further into the small of your back and then starts being dragged down.
Ow.
Oh, okay. Not friend, okay.
Yank! I told you not to ignore me.
Well, I wasn't ignoring you.
You thought I was someone else. Man, I'm gonna have
Yes.
fun mounting your head on this wall.
How? There's like a gap.
You know what? Fuck it. I have multi-attack, and she gets ready to stab you again.
That misses.
Oh thank God.
She rears back to stab you again, but you now like ow, poison, burny, ow, hurt, and also stab wound, ow, have dodged out of the way, just sort of danced out of the way. The knife comes down right in front of your beak, but doesn't actually touch you, and you can now see that this is Connie, and she's wearing an even more decadent kimono. It's very, very intricate. She has put on makeup, which, don't ask me how that works with fur, but she has put on elaborate makeup. She has Sakura dotting her fur in the middle of each little, like, black patch, and she's also got, like, really, really nice cat eye eyeliner going on, and basically she looks like she's ready to murder a bitch.
Sally is that bitch. Okay. Should we roll initiative?
Yep, go for it.
Okay.
Let's see.
20 for Sally.
Okay, so for... Alright, this is d20 plus 3. This one is specifically for Connie. She gets a 4. And then d20 plus 3. This one is for Eek. He gets a 16. And d20 plus, I think, straight up 2. Hold on. Plus 1, because he's wearing heavy armor. This is for Nori. So that means that the order is Sally, Nori, Sunny, Eek, Aliona, Waz, and then, again, Connie. Basically, you're having a boss battle.
Well, someone put on Megalovania.
I like how we all immediately go for it. Okay, so, yeah, okay, given that it's now fighting time, Sally's going to use Fighting Spirit, which will give her advantage on weapon attack rolls, and 5 temporary HP, because she just got a bunch of HP taken out of her.
Stab.
Yeah. Okay, so she'll draw the Abstract Falchion and attempt to slishy slash fake Aliona. 12 and that's with advantage. Oops, it's a 12.
That's not gonna hit.
Okay, second.
She dances out from away from your blade. You can see under the kimono there is clearly some type of leather.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
That one will hit. So you take a stab and roll damage.
Okay, so
Gamer.
plus 4 plus 7. Okay, so it's 12 plus math. 11. 12 plus 11, so 23.
Okay, so you get a good big stab, and while she's just sort of grinning and like just looking like she's like, oh, that's so cute. You get a little sword attack. You can't even hit me, and then you just kind of stab her.
Shame.
I'm sorry to cut such a nice dress, but you really need to get out of our friend.
Not gonna happen. It's my body.
Okay, I guess we're doing this the hard way. Sorry, Aliona's body.
Yeah, it's sorry. The only thing I feel bad about is that you're making this body, like, bleed all over, and, like, that's just a pain. I mean, I can get another one, but I really like this one. It's so pretty, it moves so easily, and you're ruining it. You come into my house and you ruin my pretty clothes.
Well, do you not have a body of your own? I mean, why are you in Aliona anyway?
Comfy. Laws of the universe. That sort of thing.
Philosophy? What? I did not go to law school, so I don't claim to understand any of that, but I do insist that you get out.
No.
Okay, then. A little help here, please.
I mean, I don't know. She said no.
I think this is one of those cases where we don't listen to no.
Oh, okay.
Nori says, "Peck you," and runs forward, brandishing a very large hammer.
Oh.
You smash you with a hammer.
Yep. Well, actually, it is a mace. It's a mace. So, like, holds up this fucking mace and runs forward, ready to just smack this thing, blinded by fear and rage, and really just wanting to make it go away. Winds up like it's a baseball bat, and that isn't gonna make it. Just swings back and then whiffs like a little kid missing the wiffle ball at T-ball. And the Connie looks down and says, "Oh, come on, you'll get your turn eventually. And just think about it, if they kill this body, I'll just use yours."
Okay.
That's no. I'm gonna have to say no.
Well, you don't get a choice in this. You're probably gonna die in
I mean,
I don't want to give myself a time limit for this. I do like to take my time and have fun, you know? I
Sunny's
love
gonna
the
use Scorching
screens.
Ray on a bitch.
Okay, cast a
Get her,
hit.
Sunny. Get her.
Level 4 Scorching Ray. So I
Ooh.
get 5 rays. So, hold on. That's 1.
That one will hit.
That's 2. 3.
The third one will not. No, the first one hits. Second one, it actually meets armor class, so I don't know what that means.
Wait, okay. So, alright, so the first one, which is 16, that hits.
Yeah.
The second one is 20, so that one hits. So
Yeah,
the third
and then
one,
the third one is 15, and the armor class she's got going on right now is 15. So just I don't remember if that hits or
We'll
not.
figure that out. Okay, that one does not hit. That one
Neither does
not
that. So I'm gonna say that you get. Let's just give it to you. You get 3 hits.
hit. Okay, so let me. So each one is 2d6 plus 7. Fuck. I'm just. How do I
3d6
do
plus
this?
21.
Yep.
What?
3d6
plus
plus
21.
21.
Oh.
Actually, no, it's 66 plus 21. So let me do that one more time.
Oh, does each raise?
Yeah, because each one is 2d6.
Oh, dang. Okay. So just another 3d6, and we'll add that in.
Okay, I'm trying to. How much original damage did she. Like, what. How much damage did Sally originally do?
23.
23 damage, yeah, I forgot to write that down real quick.
Okay, so
I
33 plus 32 is.
I think you only get to add the. Wait, I think it's 2d6 plus 7, correct, for each ray?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just redo it entirely, okay?
So,
Okay.
66 plus 21.
Yeah, let me redo it all completely.
40 damage. Plus 40. Okay, so, she's looking fine and just kind of like, you know, just dancing around this sort of thing, just sort of, having a good time and looking decadent, and then, you let off with your whole hand, your pinky and your thumb shots miss, but, the rest of the scorching rays, the one coming from your index, your ring, and your middle finger, blast out.
Sunny's flipping her off.
Yeah, they blast out and they catch her right in the chest, and she is looking not so hot. She's I think you'd call it bloodied. She's looking pretty bloodied.
That's
a
what
good
you
one.
get.
Okay, so is
Or we can just have it be like looking like how like whenever
yeah.
Aang is in the Avatar state at the very last episode, and he kind of does like one is a fist, like he has a jet of fire coming from his 2 of his fists and one's from his foot, like that.
Yeah, so, Connie turns around to look at you and goes, "You're gonna put holes in my nice clean body? Look at all the blood coming out! Ugh. You guys are rude. Rude house guests. You're the worst."
You're rude for taking someone's body.
Well, I'm not the one who's killing it now, am I?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works, but okay. Whatever makes you sleep better at night.
Don't like her. I do not like this character.
This pain feels pretty exquisite, though. I'd almost forgotten how it felt. It just reminds you that you're alive. Can someone hit me again now?
Oh, it's Eek's turn.
Yeah, there's not that many hit points left in this body, so...
What are hit points?
You'll figure it out. And Eek is just staring at the bloodied, behold body of the woman he loves.
The woman he's got a big crush on.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And he's just kind of shaking a little. And she's like, well, come on, we don't have all day. And she just kind of swishes her hips and then puts one fist on it, and she very, very, like, seductively, or seductive for a cartoon, reaches out her fingers and does that, like, sort of bring it on, like, finger gesture. And Eek just looks like someone spat in his coffee.
Oh no, poor Eek.
And he looks at Aliona and says, do you mind if I, like, you know, just maybe set this thing on fire?
Just set it on fire. It's not me.
I know, it looks like you, so I really want to, you know, check.
She's gross and nasty and bloody and not me, so fire away.
Gotcha, and Eek casts Birding Hands.
Nice.
She's bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, fire away.
Yep. So each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw. The dex save is 14, and I need to look at this sheet. Evasion submitted to...
Sally's right there. Does she need to do this too?
All of us need to do that?
Sally, you moved out of the way, didn't you?
No, she was right up again, up in her grill.
Eek goes, Sally, move!
She will move on her turn.
And, just like, oh, I hope I'm not making Kentucky Fried Sally. And then,
Dex saving throw.
the dex saving throw is 14.
Okay.
So,
Oh, no!
Oh,
You know what?
no.
You know what Sally does? She grabs onto imposter Aliona to make sure she can't move out of the way. How about that? You
yeah,
make the
that'll give her disadvantage on, moving, which is helpful because, this character actually has evasion, which is a really good thing for avoiding absolute bullet spells. And, so let's take a look. This is, dexterity saving throw for her would be, d20 plus saving throws is plus 6.
Oh, don't kill my mom.
That's 11.
Oh, I don't think that's gonna do it.
It's
That's
not!
even less. Yes.
Yeah, due to the
It was
fact that
worth
due to the fact that Sally is holding her in place, she can't move because there's too much beef in the way.
it.
Chicken wing, chicken wing.
And Eek goes, oh man, we're gonna have to do some healing. And Nori goes, just sort of points at himself. He's a cleric.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, Tommy has Spare the Dying, so...
So is Sally crispy or extra crispy?
I have to roll to check that. So this is second level, so this is 4d6. Fire damage. 17 points of damage.
Hwah. Okay, so 10 HP is gone, and down 12. Okay. Yeah, the flames clear out, and you can see Sally. She's bloodied, but she's still standing, and she looks very proud of Eek.
The body that you're holding is no longer a body. In traditional Toonish fashion, it is blackened, like completely blackened, and then as soon as you look down at it, it crumbles into dust in your hands and lands in a little, like, pile. And the little pile just kind of sits there.
I think you killed it.
And, Eek goes, I think I killed it.
I think you killed it.
And he looks a little bit sick to his stomach, and Nori goes up to Sally, and then, straight up, casts, let's take a look at this. Looks like Sally is pretty bad off, so,
She's kind of crispy.
crispy. So, let's go with, hold on,
Oh, I have an idea. Hold on. Well, since Sunny is also a cleric, what if Sunny helped Nori? Would that boost up his magic?
yes, I think so.
Oh, then that's what's gonna happen.
Okay, so, I'm just gonna say that this allows Nori, advantage on Cure Wounds, which is what he's gonna cast. So,
Roll it twice, take the higher number.
yeah.
Yep.
So, that is, Nori is casting Cure Wounds at level 2, which is 2d8 plus 2. Here we go.
Take that 10, thank you.
Yeah, you get, Nori comes over and, just kind of, holds out his hands, and, fire kind of cascades off of his fingers, but it's comforting fire. It's not actually real fire, it's spectral. It almost looks like a shadow, and it feels warm.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and it's like getting a hot rock massage.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but
Sunny is gonna do the same, but he's gonna cast it at the 3rd level.
Okay, nice, thank you.
and I'm gonna say, because you're still holding Nori's hand, that you get advantage on this one too.
Huh, sweet. Oh, nice. That's pretty good. Oh, I'll take that 17. Thank you very much.
So, Sally, you have been healed.
Pretty
Congratulations.
darn good bit, yeah. She's looking almost good back to normal. Still a little singed, but around the edges, but yeah, she's looking a lot more chipper, and she gives both Nori and Sunny a big hug.
And Sunny hugs her right back because she is Mama Bird.
Aw.
Nori gives her a little lick to the leg, just boop. I would say to the nose, but she doesn't have a nose, so to the top of the beak.
Yeah, but she gives him a loving little peck.
Yep. There we go. That's just, it's how he shows affection. So, then, hey Sally,
Yes.
can you please, hold on, I need to grab something. Can you please roll perception?
Okay.
No! Don't take my mom.
15. Not bad for her.
Hold on. I need to roll something. You hear something behind you and you see a flicker.
Okay, she's going to push Nori and Sunny out of the way.
Nori and Sunny fall to the ground, but they are out of reach of this thing. And but you are not, because you chose not to move. And it is the smoke, it is the ash from Aliona, fake Aliona, Connie's body, and it is going straight up your nose holes.
Oh, fine. Okay, is there some sort of save going on here?
Let me take a look. There is, let's see, there is no sort of save here. It is just, you can sort of feel it sort of clinging onto your essence and holding onto you, and, it is reaching through your nose hole, so there are 2 lines of dark sand, like, leading directly into your brain. And
Does she have enough time to drop the falchion and kick it away?
roll dex.
Okay.
No.
2. No.
You try to drop the falchion and kick it away, but as you loosen your grip, sort of a line of dark sand comes down, and winds itself around your fingers, and you lose control of your hand as you grip hard, around the falchion, and, then your head just kind of turns jerkily because you're trying to stop it, and, you hear Connie's voice like, "See? You killed my old body. I told you I'd use yours." Wait, this is the
very
bird.
Yes. Hello. Why are you in here? This This is very strange. I didn't know. I'm holding a conversation inside my head. This is odd.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna make
Can you excuse me
lose
for
my
a
mind.
minute? And Connie then rolls to attack, which is d6, and I'm just gonna put her at this point in the order. So Sunny,
Do you have Sally's sheet?
Eek just went. So now it is Connie goes before Aliona. So Connie is going to attack Aliona. So don't worry, I've already got a sheet for this because again, she's just sort of using the body like a meat puppet because she can't get all the way inside yet.
Oh, okay. Hasn't expelled Sally yet.
Yep.
Just cough her out.
Oh, damn.
Does that hit?
I think that does.
Yeah, that's a big old whack.
Yeah. So with the falchion, because Connie is not attuned to this weapon, and is just instead using it sort of like, you know, if you found a stick on the ground and you'd whack someone you didn't like with it, basically just trying to hit you with it. So that would be already hit. So d20. So 1d8 plus 3. You take 8 points of damage, Aliona.
That's a little hurt, but Aliona is more than that to knock Aliona down, thank goodness.
Yeah, and then as you're dealing with that, Sally, your body lunges forward, your mouth opens, and teeth made of dark sand, dark obsidian form, and the maw just kind of hangs open, and you hear Connie's voice from the ether. Sally's mouth isn't moving, only to gape and threaten, and she says, "Just hold on a second, I'll get right back in a body I like."
Ugh, I don't like her.
I need a shower.
Ugh.
I loved the pain of dying, but the problem is that then you don't have a corporeal body, so I think I'll just go with keeping this one alive this next time. I don't know how to get another, so...
There needs to be a way that we can control this sand bull crap.
So plus 6 to hit. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Sally's teeth open and close shut on your shoulder hard.
Ow.
Sally doesn't normally have teeth, but because these are like little obsidian chips, they're sharp, and you sort of feel something leaching into your body, Aliona. Something planting itself.
Oh no!
No. Is there any way that Sally can prevent this from happening? Also, the Coney has been subjected to this.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that hit, and then the hit is 2d6 plus 3 piercing damage.
Ouchie.
So you take another 8 points of damage as these teeth go into your shoulder, and you hear Nori behind you scream. And then if the cloaker has advantage against the target, the cloaker attaches to the target's head. Yes. And the target is blinded and unable to breathe while the cloaker is attached. So, while these teeth, these jaws of unlife have gripped around your shoulder, you can't take in a breath, and you find your vision getting kind of hazy, and then this sand, this dark sand, jumps off of Sally. It unplugs from Sally's nose and limbs. You drop your falchion finally, and then this thing has attached itself to you, Aliona, and you're like, fuck, no, ow, fuck, but the target can take its action to try to dislodge this by rolling a strength check.
Well, That's good, because Aliona is immediately going to do that.
Hmm. Come on, Aliona.
Is very good for Aliona.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do it. You succeed. You go, not fucking. Well, what do you say?
Not freaking today. Not again. You're not doing this. Nope.
You grab this sand. For some reason, it keeps its sort of movement, and then you realize it's not sand; it's ashes.
Oh, even worse. Even worse.
You yank, it stays together, and you throw it to the ground. Where it stays, it is a big pile, and it stays there for a second, like it doesn't move. And I would just, yeah, you have detached this, but you have also taken 16 points of damage and had some fake teeth in your shoulder.
I am skeeved out so bad. Those ashes came
Okay,
from
this-
one thing.
Ugh.
And that means that it is now Waz's turn.
A lot of stuff has happened in the last 6 seconds.
Yes.
To be fair, it's kind of like 20 seconds.
No, it's been 6 seconds because Waz hasn't gotten to have a turn yet, which means it's been 1 round, which means it's been 6 seconds.
Yeah, all this happened very quickly.
Okay, whatever. I don't care. I was just trying to make it like have more tension and shit. But if you want to be a stickler about the D&D rules,
I'm just like, boy, Waz has to process a lot really fast and hasn't gotten to do anything.
do you want to
So-
roll something to see if you can process and take the chance of biting it, or do you just want to kick the ass of a little pile of sentient ashes?
You did one for
Yeah.
Alma.
We can punch these ashes, sure.
Just think about this.
It's an ash.
What would you do to like keep dirt or something similar to dirt from moving and causing trouble?
Sunny has an idea, but it's not Sunny's turn.
I'm just like, what could you possibly do that traps matter, that you have seen in this very building that traps matter, that would probably last a long time because the air is very still and...
Are you hinting at something, Owl?
Oh my god. I'm gonna... Uni!
No, Wazzle is gonna cast the dice thing, I guess.
Thank you! I'm just like, I don't think you guys are gonna figure this out. I'm just
No,
like...
I was giving you a hard time, but I was about to have him be like, "Oh wait, the cold! Oh, the cold!" and so yes, he was about to do that. I was just giving you a hard time.
I'm sorry, sometimes I can't tell because sometimes you guys are on the ball and you immediately know what to do, and then other times it takes 20 minutes to get through a door.
Hey, you have 2 hours to get through a door, so don't come after me.
Hey,
We just like our options, okay?
I love you, Owl. Anyway, Waz casts Ray of Frost on the thing.
Okay, I'm gonna go with, that, the pile of ashes needs to make a sort of a dex check. So, Ray of Frost is one of those things where you have to roll to hit. Isn't
yes.
it? So,
Hold on, let me pull it up.
actually, I don't need to make a dex
Yeah.
save. Just roll to hit.
Okay,
Sorry, I'm trying to think as I play the game.
sorry. Hold on. I'm having a confusing moment myself.
It's a pile of ashes. How high can its armor class be? World, don't say shit like that.
Those ashes were pretty.
I'm gonna use a lucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does Lucky do again? Does it just, like, add a certain amount to your...
It,
Allows you
it
to
lets me
reroll.
re-roll.
Okay.
Lucky
Oh
roll.
my
Oh,
god!
damn it. Can
No!
That's the opposite of lucky.
If I may, Sally got inspiration last time from the set. The shirt gag. Can she give that to Wazzle?
You can't give it to him, but you can choose to do something to, like, I'd say if you block
Actually,
off...
wait, can I assist him?
Yes.
Okay, can I do create or destroy water to kind of put her in a ball?
Yes,
And then he can do
that'll
raise
do
water?
it. Because we have 2 people trying to help, like, Sally, you just kind of, like, splay your entire body on the ground, blocking off a way of escape for this blob of ashes. And, then, Sunny, you just kind of,
Water bend?
yeah, you just bend some of the gross water off of the walls, and, you make a big orb that, like, kind of blorps right over the ashes, which are still writhing and trying to get away. And then, Sunny, you look right at Wazzle and say, "Get him!"
And Wazzle lets out an impressive, very, very cool cantrip of ice freezy kind.
Get him!
Here's one thing. You find it extremely easy to do. Like, easier than usual. You let out ice, and then you, like, can you roll Constitution for me?
Okay.
What?
Question mark.
Huh?
That's great.
Sus. Sus.
You let out ice, and you can't stop.
Oh.
Because it's cold, and the ice continues spreading and spreading and spreading, and it just keeps getting larger. And Conservation of Matter says this shouldn't happen, but you just feel like the well itself, this building that you're in, is drawing your ice out of your body, just kind of sucking, like, and you're like, I can't, shit, and you, like, physically try to, like, fist your hands to get the ice to stop, but then you end up with a big pair of, like, ice mittens.
Oh no.
Wazzle's just like trying to like do anything he can to like
Are
while
they, like,
there's
slowly growing on his hands? Is it still
Yeah,
growing?
they're just slowly getting larger and larger, and I'd say after a couple of seconds of this, you are pulled to the ground by the weight of this ice around you, and Sally, Nori, and Aliona, you are the closest to them right now. I would say that your feet begin to frost to the floor.
Okay. This is a problem. Waz, are you okay?
I don't know what's happening.
Fire? Fire melts ice, right?
And
freezer.
light bulb ekes you literal light bulb above Eek's head, and he moves forward and he sets his hands on fire, and then he, like, it's kind of weak, but he just starts melting through your ice gloves.
Water gotta hold hands.
Yeah, water starts dripping, and it's taking a while. It's taking a very long time, and Eek has to be careful. Because you guys are both standing right over the frozen pile of ashes, you have to be careful not to melt out Connie from her prison. And,
Somebody's gonna get under there and smooth that shit.
Yeah, actually, Sally had an idea about that. She's gonna retrieve the abstract falchion and,
Chip.
Well, no, not to chip Waz free, but to open a portal to some place where Coney will never be able to hurt anyone ever again.
You'll have to roll a
Thanks.
d20 for that. You can just chip away at the ice here and then put her in the freezer.
Yeah, let's do that.
suppose,
That'd
but you
be
could take
better.
Okay.
And then you can send the fridge to the space.
We're gonna
oh,
fridge
yeah.
her.
Okay, fridge her.
Hey.
Okay, chip Coney out of there and put her in the freezer. You should have just let me see what was in the fridge. Click.
You open the freezer in the fridge and you look inside, and it's just full of half-eaten tuna cans.
Yeah.
Ah, that's weird. Have fun.
And there's, like, one large, like, glass bottle of milk that's been mostly drank, and it has, like, 3 X's on it.
Gross.
Alright. Yeah.
So,
and
yeah, go ahead.
then from her, like, her hammer space, she's gonna, like, take, like, can she try and pull, like, some chain
Yes.
and a big ol' lock?
Yeah, just like pull on out. I'm gonna say roll your hammer space thing, and if you get an even number above 15, it succeeds.
Okay, an even number above 15?
Yeah, so that's a quarter chance.
Okay. 17. Didn't.
Actually, it's an eighth chance. You manage to get a chain, but you don't get a lock. So you just kind of like tie a knot in the chain.
Can Sunny use his little bit of like use his firebolt to make like a little blowtorch?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you begin
Love
like
it.
melting the chains together.
Alright,
Like
and
this
what we
bitch is
have.
never getting out.
We just have a big old yarn ball of chain around this fridge when we're done.
Yep. So Eek has almost burned completely down to your hands, and you start feeling heat on them through the ice, which is starting to crack and break. And then your brother takes your hand. His hands are still on fire, but instead of hurting or burning, the two of you are now holding both hands, and feeling very awkward as you do so. But water, the same water that is running up the walls, drips down from your hands, and you still can't stop releasing ice, but Eek attempts to pull his hands away, and he can't because the fire gets too hot.
I guess.
The answer is love.
I guess we just live here now.
You two know how to waltz, right?
He takes away one of his hands, and then the fire, the heat in his remaining hand gets even more intense, and the cold in your remaining hand is even more intense, and but the two hands that you have free now do not have ice and fire coming out of them.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's just, don't touch the middle part, don't touch where they're holding hands, and it'll be fine.
Like, this is fine.
What do we do about that? Also,
Can
what do
we-
we do about this? She says, pointing to the giant ball of chain.
We let that be on ice.
Yeah,
Oh.
Nori goes, we forget about it and repress it.
How about, we push it over the edge?
No, what if it breaks open?
Well, it's chain. I thought maybe if we send it down into the big block of ice down there.
Nah, just leave it here. Miss
I mean-
Connie needs to chill for a bit.
I could open a portal into space.
And with that, you're both kind of just arguing about what to do with the fridge, but you are still only halfway up the well of inspiration, and you hear the shrieks of, I would say damned souls, but they're not quite that. It's just you hear the shrieks of twisted real kind echo through the night.
Oh. Maybe we should head on up.
Yeah,
but,
let's do that.
Yeah, let's just keep moving, and I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay. Alright. I think my arms can go for another round in the elevator. Let's go.
You stretch, because before strenuous activities,
Yep.
you should always stretch.
It's true.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Everyone piles into the big elevator. Sally, you grab onto the chain again, you dislodge the rust, and then you pull up. You pull the lever down, and then you start going up again. And now, because it took about 10 minutes to get to the middle of this place, you assume it'll take another 10 minutes to get to the top of this place since you were at the middle of the well. So you've got about 10 minutes to just shoot the breeze and talk if you would like.
So how are you two doing back there? The floor's getting a little wet.
Yeah, Waz's hands are real sweaty.
Oh.
That's one way to put it. So remember how I was talking about how this place is like the focal point of all magic in our country? I think it freaked out when I did a magic in the most magical place.
Oh.
We probably should have figured that out from the ice, because it is weird that it was so cold and we got distracted, okay?
But then how come nothing happened whenever we used our other magic?
I don't know.
Well, it wasn't ice magic. Maybe it was just that it was ice. I don't know.
This is the well of inspiration, but Waz, your thing is potential, right?
Yeah, but the potential's all been shut off in here.
You released some of your own potential and in a big tube of absolute zero of potential. Have any of you ever, like, taken a science class?
No.
I did do too well in classes, honestly.
Well,
Unless it was gym.
Does anybody know about the saying about nature and a vacuum?
No.
I know dogs don't like vacuums.
Yeah, Albert hates them.
And Nori drops in with, I think we gotta be straightforward here. Nature abhors a vacuum.
Like a dog.
Oh, so nature's a dog? I thought Luck was a dog.
I mean, nature might be a dog, we don't know,
I thought
but...
Luck was a lady.
Okay, and Eek goes, shush! It just means that if you have a large empty vessel and a large full vessel, nature would prefer it if both were half empty and half full.
Nature's kind of a pessimist, isn't it?
I mean, it's potential. How do you get to a halfway point on potential?
I don't know, potential is seeing a bunch of ways something could be, right? How do you get rid of a bunch of options for how something could be and then make it like the one way something is?
Well, this was an apocalypse, right? Does that mean that there's no potential left in this place? Or in this world?
Not Eek, but that's when you feel like something, because you are releasing potential, you can sort of see these weak little silver streams flying off of your hands in the steam in the air caused by the fire that Eek is letting off and the ice that you're letting off, and you sort of follow it and you see how it is also rising upwards.
Well, it looks like there's some now.
Wait, it's cold in here. It's cold in here. You're cold. And Eek almost lets go of your hand to do his, like, thinking pose where he, like, paces around. But he tries to pull away, and then immediately his hand catches on blazing fire, and he gives it back.
Well, Azul's just like, here, let me do that. He's just like, cups his hand under Eek's chin so he can do the pose.
Yeah, and then Eek goes, thank you, that genuinely gives me advantage on this. And Eek continues thinking, it's cold. Potential is what you need. It's called the Well of Inspiration. And brain blast! And Eek goes, this place is full of potential. This place is full of potential.
The potential was frozen.
Exactly!
Let it go?
The potential is... This place is full of potential, but they froze the potential. They froze it so it couldn't come out.
So, do we
So
set
should we
the place
melt
on
it?
fire?
Yeah, we need to... We need... And Eek looks down at his hand. Sally, pull harder.
Okay. Okay.
And in true Toonie fashion, Eek casts enhance ability, which gives you strength of the bear, and all of a sudden this big bucket elevator goes pew and just kind of shoots upward, and then stops at the next layer, and Eek goes, "We need a spark of inspiration."
How do we get one?
And Eek says, I've got an idea. but then you guys stop because you've hit the very top, or at least as far as the elevator is willing to go, and the door pops open. There's a little chime that goes ba-ding, and you look out, and it's another sort of arena with the same sort of setup as the last place, but there isn't anyone here. There isn't any bedroom. There isn't anything here as a way of comfort. There is just in the middle of the room there is a large cage made of ice.
A page made of ice.
A
Cage.
cage.
Cage made of ice.
So like a Nick Cage made of ice. Okay, got it.
Why are you like this? Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
so there's a large not the freeze. There's a large cage of ice in the center of this room. There are actually large coils and tubes and chains reaching down from the top of the ceiling, and you can see, you know how some stoppers, stoppers for your bathtub, have a chain at the top?
Yeah.
That chain is hanging down. So the stopper is not on the outside of the well, it's on the inside of the well, pushed up, so that this has been sealed from the inside. So you get the idea that the Dreaming Dark has sealed this well from the inside, so the only way to get inspiration out of it is through the spigot at the bottom, which they can control, and again, use to create more empty Toon bodies for them to inhabit.
Should we undo it?
Is there anything in the cage?
Yes, actually. There is a really dark shadow type shape, and it doesn't make any noise, but it's moving, and you can hear the scribbling of pencil on paper.
Plus Cage?
There's just the twitch of what looks like an ear. It is a very long, very round ear.
Oh my god. No.
Hello?
And inside the cage, it turns, and there's one eye, but it's hard to see because this sort of outline looks like, have you ever sort of drawn with charcoal and then erased, and then drawn with charcoal and then erased, and then drawn with charcoal and then erased?
Extremely blurry. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
But also extremely blurry, extremely dark, but with tons of lines coming off of him. And this Toon turns to look and sees you, Sally, because you've come out first, and just you can feel the glare across the room, and then this Toon turns around and goes back to whatever it's scribbling.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you need rescuing? I don't think he's listening. They're listening. Maybe you guys can talk.
Are you doing okay?
And as soon as you talk, Waz, this Toon, shoulders go down, ears go up, snap, head turns around, and you still can't make out any actual physical facial features. You could just make out that this thing kind of looks like a dark scribbly pencil rabbit, but round. It's and as you if you guys choose to get closer, do you choose to get closer?
Yeah.
Sure.
You get
What could
closer.
go wrong?
It's probably safe because there's a big ice cage between you and whoever this is.
Probably.
Yeah. So there are shackles leading to the big rubber cork in the ceiling around the arms and legs. This man is also a Toon man. I'm just it's a dude. You can tell, or you think you can tell because it sounds like a dude. You never know. You're just making assumptions at this point. Whoever it is, they are chained to what looks like a large desk.
You, they making you work here, bud?
And he coughs because he's not. You get the idea. He's not very used to speaking, and he says, "Get out."
No, sorry, we can't.
Get out.
You mean out of the well? Out of this room?
Out.
You're going to need to be more specific.
And then he strikes the ice, but it doesn't budge. Like, at least with metal, you would hear like a clang sound, but like this ice is just so solid that he throws himself against it. One of his legs is still chained so tightly to the desk that one of his hands reaches out. It is a dark, scribbled paw. It almost looks like Waz's holding out, and he just points. He points, and he says, "You have to get out."
I mean, we're trying to, but it's a work in progress, so have some patience, okay?
Get out. You have to get out. And he goes back to his desk and begins scribbling even more madly. And you feel a rumble in your feet.
Is Sally's gonna head over to the edge and look down at the gap, like down through the gap that's at the side?
You can see there is now some more gross, weird water eking up the sides of the well.
Is it like a pool of it climbing? Or is it just up the sides of the walls?
It's up the sides of the walls, and it's gathering under the plug.
Oh. Should we do something about that?
Oh, probably.
Okay, then what?
Yeah. And Ike goes, "I don't actually know what's going on anymore. I had my big brain blast moment. I'm done. I don't know what's going on." And then the voice, upon hearing this voice, that Toon's head snaps again towards towards Ike, and he says, "No. No," and he drops his pencil, and the liquid stops crawling up the walls, and it starts dripping down the walls. What has gathered under the plug is no longer gathering. It is just a large orb. It is freezing in place. And he says, "No, I saw you die." And Ike just kind of looks around, and then points at himself with one hand. "Me?" And he says, "You died! I saw you die!"
Oh, we should probably explain about the whole time travel thing.
Yeah, we're time traveling from the past. We're fixing all the bad, so don't worry. We're gonna do the good thing. So, deep breaths.
And you see that whoever this is actually doing deep breaths. Nori approaches the cage and just kind of reaches in with a singular paw, which is then grasped, like, with the strength of, like, a man who feels like, you know how men who are desperate grab?
Yeah.
Nori is also holding on to him, and he says, "They're here. I got them. We need one more push." And he says, "I don't have enough in me. All I'm doing is making copies. Nori, all I'm doing is making copies." And Nori says, "You can stop making copies. You can make something new." And he goes, "I don't have the strength. They won't, I'm not being fed. I'm trying. There's just not much more for me to give. I'm trying." And he, his head just kind of smacks against the ice bars, and Nori continues holding his hand.
Old man, I see what you're getting at, I think, and how about this? If you can't think of anything else to do, then how about you let us just do what we do?
It's not safe. It's not safe. We
It's
tried this.
never safe, buddy.
It's not safe. And he shouts, I won't let this happen again, Wazzle.
A little late for that, Dad.
And, Altway Jiznep flinches full body.
Oh. I see the resemblance. Oh, no, I don't. How could you tell that was the king?
Oh, context clues, mostly.
Oh.
And, Eek just sort of, like, looks around and says, I didn't really wanna... knowing too much about the future isn't... Why is our dad a furry?
Trauma does a lot of weird things to people.
Altway looks over and his ears go down and he says, overexposure to, creative fluid will do that to you.
Make you a furry? Oh boy.
No, if you think, consider this. If you obsess over something for a long enough time, say, steeped in your own regret, what do you think happens when you combine that with a lot of pure creativity?
You become a fairy.
I have to ask, is this Owl saying this, or is this Altway suddenly becoming way more lucid?
No, this is Owl saying this. I kind of, transitioned out in the middle of my sentence, because I'm like, no, this isn't Altway, but, he's just kind of looking at you, but I'm saying, imagine that not only one, but both of your sons bit it. And on the second time, it was actually your fault that the second son bit it. So for years, while you are being used for your connection with the 6 pillars of Ankwell, you are also steeping in regret and grief, which is, you're being soaked in, the fluid of creativity and inspiration. You are constantly drawing and redrawing and redrawing and going back to the drawing board because all they want is copies of things that already exist, but better. Better with little, quotation marks. You kind of lose yourself because the only thing you can think about is the last look on your son's face before he died.
This is a fun game about cartoons.
Yeah, this is a jolly
Never
adventure.
feel bad.
This doesn't make me feel sad at all.
Also, if it makes you happy to know about this, Altway has a lovely pair of large rabbit teeth.
Oh my god.
Okay, that makes
A
me
little
better.
messed up. A little messed up.
Yeah. And, Altway is still chained to the desk. He cannot get away from this desk. You can see the locks, you can see the ice cage, and, Eek just goes, hey, Waz, do you think you can do something for me real quick?
What's that?
Come here. And he starts dragging you by the hand.
Oh boy.
He then dislinks your hands, and, his hand, in particular, goes off like a supernova, and melts a giant hole right through the front of this ice cage. Inspiration literally breaks through this wall that has been put between Altway Jiznep and the rest of the creative world. And
Metaphors!
and then he immediately takes your hand again, Wazzle, because you're starting to freeze up, and he drags you further in there, and he says, our dad is currently attached to chains that go up to the top of a stopper for this big bottle. And I figure if we take the stopper out of the bottle, maybe that'll just kind of lead to scientific equilibrium. Potential will go in and out of the bottle, and we'll have an explosion of creativity and just hopefully also, magic. I don't know. I didn't think about this too much.
Instead of all the science words, you could say, if we let it out, then it will get out.
Look, who here has, like, a fucking high school degree, okay?
What's a high school?
Exactly. And, Altway goes, having a GED doesn't make you special, it just means that you actually went to high school, and, this seems to be a lesson that Altway has had to learn himself, because, again, he spent years thinking about his sons and what he did wrong and all this other stuff, and he looks like a big cross between the two of his sons. Like, he's still taller than the both of you. He is Altway just Nep height, but he is a big tune.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
I
I guess that's what marinating in the magic of tunes will do to you.
Yep. He was already pretty, understandable. Like, he already was really in tune with the magic of the world, but when you take yourself, you erase and you redraw and you erase and you redraw and you erase and you redraw, and you're adding aspects of something you're constantly obsessed with into it. It's sort of like, if you're riding a bike, you'll go where you look.
Mm.
And he's just like, we do need to get the cork out. We have to get the stopper out of the ceiling. And you see, like, basically a wispy sort of vestige of the man, the king in charge, who this was, but he's, like, just now very tired, very, very old, and just desperately trying to hold on to who he once was, because he's already been changed into something basically unrecognizable. And Eek says, "This is where you come in," and he gestures towards the chains. It's either that or we have to blowtorch these, and I do not think that's safe when this entire place is covered in ice.
Mm-hmm. Alright, if you say so.
So,
Wuzzle, he looks over the chains very intently. I assume there's a big old lock on them.
Yep, it's a very big lock, and the design on the front is it's a broken heart.
Aww.
And he says, "Don't read into that." Altway says, "Don't read into that."
Wuzzle looks at it, he studies it, he gets out his lockpicking tools, and then he casts knock and it pops open.
I fucking love Wuzzle. There's a loud clang as the heartbreak lock just snaps open, all the shackles, because this is actually, this is like an explosion of magic in and of itself. The shackles all fall off at the same time. You can see that there is, where the shackles were, frostbitten, it's rubbed raw. And you can see what Altway was drawing on, because he just kind of falls tunishly, like feet over face over feet, because he was leaning on the chains too hard, and he just kind of like sprawls face first, and he goes, "Ow."
Can Sally Princess pick him up? Princess carry him?
Yes, he's about Sally's size, actually.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. And, he just, like, he's got wingding eyes like swirls because he's dizzy now. And he's like, "This is..."
Sally's strong.
He's just like, "This is not dignified."
Oh, you're well past that point, sir.
You say, and yet you still call me sir.
Oh, it's like a sarcasm thing. Don't worry about it.
What the fuck is sarcasm? Do you eat it? Haha, see, I too have the jokes.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh,
Sorry.
We have to get out of here before he goes further into dad mode.
Sorry, being up here for 20 years will do that to you.
Mm.
And, like, the only person, like, I'm gonna level with you, the only person he's had to talk to recently is Connie.
Ugh.
So at this point, he's both extremely lonely, extremely grieving, extremely, like, just a big hot mess of emotions. And he's just like, people, for the first time in 20 years! Or whatever. However long I said it's been, 15 years.
So I was gonna switch the Princess Carrie to just a big old hug.
And this rabbit is just like, does she do this to everyone?
Oh, yes.
And Nori goes, yeah, you know, Grandma? And then he looks at her and goes, these are the same person?
Yeah,
And
time travel.
Nori just nods, and he goes,
You look like you could use a hug. And maybe some healing? I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
physical displays of affection make me uncomfortable.
Oh,
Just because I don't know how to, there.
Well, he's like, wow, I really thought you'd be more into being saved from hell prison.
No, the hell person, fine, the hug is the hard part. Thank you, citizen. Your
you go.
contribution to the royal arms?
No, you lost it. Let's just stick with the magic word.
Please. Put me down?
Good enough. Good enough.
I mean, you have been through an awful lot, but weren't you a child once?
And Altway goes, a very long time ago.
Never get a
Super
hug
long time ago.
Like, normally I would not put up with this disrespect from my sons, but also, they can disrespect me all they want. They've been dead for a while, and I'm a little messed up in the head.
Huh. Fair enough.
I'm pretty sure that I'm hallucinating, but if I'm not, go team! And Eek is now looking over the drawing board, and it is the same piece of paper, and it's been drawn on so many times that you can't, like, the paper has, like, holes in it, and it looks awful, and the pencil is worn down to a nub, and Eek is just like, ugh, this looks gross. Like, God, has nobody gotten this man, like, a new piece of paper, or, like, taken him outside or something? I don't... Just...
No, they're very bad pet owners.
No, he honestly, he could use a bit of a bath.
The stink lines, turn into little people and wave their fists at you.
I'm just being honest.
And, Altway does not notice this, because he at this point has not seemed to notice, his toony behavior at all, because again, he's super out of it, and pretty sure he's hallucinating. But Eek goes up to the drawing desk and looks up at the cork at the chain and goes to look through the desk and dig around. There's, again, all the pencils have been worn down, none of the paper's been returned, so he swings around, reaches into his bag of holding, and pulls out a crisp, clean sheet of paper. He takes the old sheet, folds it up, puts it in his bag, takes out a pencil, a blue pencil, and then he pins the paper to the pegboard, and he makes sure the pencil is sharp, and then he sits down, and he's still holding your hand, Waz, so nothing is on fire or ice, and then he goes, okay, now we need an idea. We need something... Does anybody got any, like, just toss things out.
Of inspiration.
No, I'll get inspired. I just have to hear the right thing. It's birds with pants. No, that's not it. He looks at you, Waz, and just kind of quirks an eyebrow.
Not me.
Yeah, give me an idea. Give me just stream of consciousness.
spoon's too big.
Spoon is too big. Why is the spoon too big? And
Bananas? Bananas.
why is the spoon too big? And Eek starts thinking about it, and then he starts
Ooh, a banana
glowing.
with legs.
And everybody call out something random, whatever comes to your mind.
Draw your family.
That one gets a hit, and Eek immediately starts drawing the party.
Aw.
Oh,
Aw.
that's cuter than it needs to be.
He draws his dad as he remembers him. He draws Nori just because now he's part of the party too. He draws Aliona. He starts drawing just everyone that they've met on their journey. Every single person he can remember, even if their faces are a little fuzzy. And he just keeps going. And the inside of the Well of Inspiration starts to glow.
Is this a good thing? Does it feel like a good thing?
We cut to the outside of the Well of Inspiration. The skies are dark, it's gray, it's icy, it's horrible looking. There are were creatures just roaming the lands. You can see people doing trade over empty and previously owned Toon and Real Kind bodies. But then a single piercing, like, laser, like, think Tron, but orange, shoots up into the sky. You can see it from everywhere on Inkwell. You can see it from Firuma. You can see it across the CGI, the GIC. And it just continues shooting, and he can't put Wazzle's hand down, and he can't stop drawing. And he just keeps going. Everything seems to lose meaning. You guys continue calling out ideas, and you see the banana with legs on the page. The page just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and swallowing the entire room. The edges of the paper catch on fire. There's just there's a boiling flower of warmth, a firework of creativity. And with that, the fire just kind of dives down the edges, cascades down, just not touching the water of inspiration, but instead crashing down onto the ground, the icy ground at the bottom of the well. It falls hundreds of feet, thousands, like 1,000 feet, and hits the ground, and you hear the hiss of inspiration hitting the realization of potential, and together the water begins to unfreeze, and then you hear a big rumble like a geyser beneath your feet.
Okay.
And Nori goes, oh shit, and begins gently hurting everyone directly under the stopper. Just like, okay, everyone, just get under this part so we are not crushed against the ceiling. This will be fine. Grandpa, you here too? Yeah, they're,
Yeah, Sally's carrying him again.
yeah, everybody, hold hands? Everybody hold hands. Alright?
I like covered.
And, then, Eek cannot stop. He is consumed by fire. He is fire. His eyes are ablaze. He looks like a shooting star in the night. And the only thing keeping him grounded, is the fact that, Wazzle is there and solid and actually fueling. It looks like straight up Eek is drawing fuel, like how wood fuels a fire. Wazzle's potential is fueling Eek's burn, and the water finally, it reaches a boiling point as more fire filters down. There is steam rising all around you. The inside of the well feels like there's this intense pressure. We cut to the outside of the well. It looks like when you have like a big like bottle, and then like someone shakes it up too much, and then the like for a champagne bottle, and then the lid pops off, and colorful energy and water, now not looking so gross. water, energy, the platform everyone is standing on, all of these things are launched into the air. You guys are sent flying high into the sky. You're all holding on to each other, and you're all kind of being pressed to the ground by by gravitational force because you're being launched. So you don't have to roll anything to hang on, but you see that this water is going everywhere, and everything it touches gets colorful. Everything that it washes over starts getting more and more energetic, starts getting weirder, starts getting cooler, starts getting scarier. Everything is exaggerated and new, and you haven't seen it before, but it still feels familiar. You're not scared. It's like this divine taste of the sublime. You're just kind of gobsmacked by this image. And, then you fall directly into the Sea of Inspiration. Which is all this water that has cascaded down from this opening. You fall directly into this multicolored, sparkling water. And, Waz, you're still holding on to Eek's hand, but he is now burnt out like an ember. He is dark, and he is not awake. You are, though, and you're holding on, I'd assume, tight.
Oh, very tight, yes.
Everyone else managed to land in different spots, but nobody else passed out. So everyone, I assume you're either swimming or you found a piece of flotsam or jetsam to hang on to.
Aliona's hanging on, but she's hating it a lot.
Yeah.
Remember your shell.
Nori just goes, "What shell?"
Oh, right, you don't have a shell. I guess you can have mine. I don't mind the water so much. Here.
No, I'm not touching the water. I got into this barrel. I'm not touching the water.
Okay, fair enough.
And that was a really creepy experience, and I did not enjoy that.
Water is bad.
Water is bad.
The two of them high five.
In the meantime, Sally has entered a bird wall form.
Sonny is he's just flapping around in the water. He's having a good time.
Yeah. All of you guys are a little bit brighter, a little bit shinier, you look kind of like when you were first drafted. You are healed and you look amazing. Altway does not so much. He looks basically the same because he's been marinating in this water for like 10 years.
Marinating.
Yeah. So he's just at this point just swimming like, it sure is a weird Saturday.
Technically, it's a Sunday.
I don't know what day it is. They didn't give me a calendar.
Let's just go with a weird day.
Yeah.
Real weird.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
His head is still under the water.
Oh,
what? No, he would not be allowed. He's got his bro.
Yeah, just swimming, and Eek is, again, he's burnt out. Sort of like when you strike a match. He looks completely awful, but as you look around here at all the life and all the light and everything that has changed and been restored, you can see floating around, you can see some of these bodies that were just being stockpiled and like carried around like, oh, it's just like empty real estate. You can see souls flying through the air and reuniting with their bodies because sheer creativity has gone, you know what, screw this idea, we're going back to the drawing board. And Eek just kind of blinks and he goes, did anybody get the number of the truck?
3?
Well, whoever 3 is, maybe they should go to jail.
No, they did a great job, and Wazzle still, it's awkward because they are in water and trying to stay above, but Wazzle gives him a big ol' hug.
He goes, why am I wet?
Because you're sweaty and gross and incredible.
Okay. And he just kind of lets his head like flop down on him, like against like Wazzle's head. He's just like, all right, that works for me. I'm not gonna question it. And then underneath you, you see a big, large disc of light, and floating by on what looks like a big rowboat, you see Grandma and Son. They're just rowing by, and they reach into the water, and they pull out Nori, and then they pull out old Altway, and they say, "We've got enough power to do this one more time, so everybody stick close together, all right?"
Okay.
And Sun begins, just goes into Avatar state again, touches the water, and then goes, breathes deep to the erasure, to the leaden, to the ink, to the abstract, to the inspiration, to the potential, to the audio. We unite, and we push back. And the big glowing sphere, like the big glowing disc under you, just kind of swoop, the water falls in. There's a whirlpool. You are drawn down it, going down like when you flush something down the toilet. And you fall out of existence. And right into the ballroom of Jiznep Castle.
Oh.
Splash, slap, 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 slap. And you see who standing at the front of the ballroom in the fanciest regalia possible, your human dad talking with your motorcycle dad soaked to the bone.
Sally's flapping around like a literal fish out of water.
Eek is still like just kind of like, you know, it's like, oh, gravity is increasing on me, but like he's literally just not awake, like just right there. Like, Wazzle, you gotta keep holding this guy or he'll crack his skull against the pavement.
Oh, buddy.
Sunny is kind of just spouting out inspiration water, like a little tiny fountain.
Just have you ever like hyper focused for like 10 hours, come out of it, and then slept for 16?
Not exactly, but pretty close.
You know, that just like a feeling
Yeah.
of where you get too deep in the sauce and then you forget to be a human being. That is what has happened to Eek. He got too deep in the sauce.
He marinated too
The
much.
imagination sauce.
Yep, and Altway Jiznep blinks and then goes, "Excuse you? What is going on here?" And then the
Don't worry
scene
about
just
it.
cuts. Right after Waz says, don't worry about it, and we have like 1 second to linger on everyone looking like drowned rats and Eek being passed out. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
And then the scene closes, and that is that is the end of our season finale of, like,
Yay.
Act 2. So the next time we have a game, it will be, episode 1 of Act 3, and I have planned for there to only be 3 acts of this campaign. So,
Ooh.
we are coming upon the end, and it took us a year. It took us a fucking year to get all the way through Act 2. Like, Act 1 and 2, it took us a year, so I'd say we can get another good, like, 6 months out of this shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Woo! Way to
Heck,
go
all
out.
drama.
Way to go, everyone.
Yeah, we worked very hard, so thank you all for playing. I hope you had a good time. My throat is sore, I'm stopping the recording.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!